Hello. Today I have my computer in front of me while I record this because I am going to share with you all of the anticipated reads for the first half of 2022. These are books that I have pre-ordered. My goal for 2022 is to only order a very specific set of books, like only buy a very specific set of books. Once January hits, as I progress through my reading goals, I am trying to read all of Miss Marple, and I don't own those, so I'll need to buy one of those a month. I am reading all the comedies of Shakespeare with a group, and while I do have a large bind up of all of Shakespeare, a Royal Shakespeare Company bind up that I read, 2020, 2020, I want to have individual copies this time around. We're just reading the comedies, so I'll just purchase Folger editions of the comedies, and I'll need one of those per month. And then I am doing the Read Harder Challenge, and I'm trying to read off of my shelf for that. Now that the prompts have come out, that's been very helpful in figuring out, but there are a handful of books that I will want to purchase for that. So I'm kind of hoping to stick to just that and any pre-orders that I consciously picked. I'm going to make a list of the books that I see on BookTube, and instead of just sitting there watching and buying this year, I am going to just make a list, and then after 3 or 4 months, go back and check the list and see, are these books still of interest to me, and then maybe purchase them. I am in no way doing a book buying ban, but I just want, it's not even so much about money as it is about really trying to curate my shelves. I am doing clean outs regularly. I'm unhauling to little free libraries in my neighborhood on the regular. Not so much because I feel like I should have less, not so much because I feel like I should stop purchasing, more so because I really want to love everything that I own. I want everything that I own to either be such an impactful read that looking at it makes me happy, or to be a book that I'm going to reread at some point. I want everything to have real meaning on my shelves. And currently that's not how it is. Currently, everything has meaning. Everything is of interest to me. Otherwise it would never have made it onto my shelf in the first place. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of doing a modified Maria Kondo. Like, I want them all to bring me joy, but I don't have to limit them to 35. Isn't that what she says? 35 books or something, 25 books. I can own hundreds. That's fine with me. I can own thousands. That'd be fine with me, as long as every single one of them is important to me in some way, shape, or form. So these are the books that I have chosen to pre-order, and because I am not very organized right now, because I have to be so organized in so many areas of my life right now, this is one in which I can slip a little. I'm going to share them not in any particular order. I do keep a Word document of all of the things that I've pre-ordered. I know I should probably keep an Excel spreadsheet, but Word is easy, and that's my go-to. Please don't tell me how to do it. But I will go through and just share with you the date that they're supposed to come out. I'll put an image of them here, and maybe share a little bit about why I am pre-ordering each particular book. Again, these are there might be one from August, but mostly I think that's just the first 6 months of the year. So the first book that I pre-ordered way long time ago is The Magnolia Palace by Fiona Davis. I have read all of Fiona Davis. I only own one Fiona Davis. I've gotten the rest of them from the library, but I know that I absolutely love Fiona Davis's writing. At some point, I probably will purchase all of her books, so I'm fine with this purchase. The other one that I own is a hardback copy as well. It was a pre-order as well. It wasn't the last one. It wasn't The Lions of Fifth Avenue. It was Chelsea Girls, maybe. No, the Masterpiece. It was the Masterpiece is the one that I own. So you can see I haven't purchased all of them at all, but I've read all of them and love all of them. And I think I'd like to own all of them in hardback copies. So I will probably at some point next year or in 2023 start looking for used hardback copies of all of her work. Then the next one that's coming out, the next one that I ordered is Brazen, My Unorthodox Journey from Long Sleeves to Lingerie by Julia Hart. This is coming out on March 22nd. And I watched, like a lot of you probably, I watched the Netflix series, kind of chronicling her and her family's separation from the Orthodox Jewish community there in New York. What intrigues me the most about her is how she became like this fashion mogul. I'm curious about her, and I'm curious about the process, less so the reasons why she left. What I really appreciated about the Netflix documentary was the healthy relationship she has and maintains with her ex-husband, and even though he's in that community, and how her ex-husband wants to maintain a relationship with her and his children. I think that they are incredibly different lifestyles that these two people have chosen to live, and yet for their children, they're truly trying to make that work and be supportive of each other. And so I really appreciated that. I am curious to hear more about what she has to say. The next thing I pre-ordered, I am fully aware is available as a hardback, but I'd rather have it as a paperback. And that is, it doesn't say when it's coming out, but I know it's supposed to come out in March at some point. And that is the paperback version of Peace Bunny Island by Caleb Smith. This is the extraordinary journey of a boy and his comfort rabbits and how they're teaching us about hope and kindness. So I'm really looking forward to reading that one, but like I said, I'd rather have it in the paperback. The next one, there's a lot of books in March. The next one is coming out on March 29th, and that is 4 Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Sutanto. I really enjoyed Dial A for Aunties. And this is the sequel, and I'm excited that there's a wedding, and this cover makes me happy. And yeah, I have Dial A for Aunties. I pre-ordered that as well, just on a gut hunch that I'd love it, and I did. And so I have that one in a hardback, and I wanted to get the next book in a hardback as well, so I went ahead and pre-ordered in order to do that. Then I have coming out on April 5th, 2022, is In a Garden Burning Gold, a novel by Rory Power. Now, Rory Power is the author of Wilder Girls. Is that right? I think so. I think that's what it's called, which I haven't read. The book cover here is absolutely gorgeous, and I don't remember what the synopsis is, but when I read the synopsis, it must have, like, I know me. I know that when I saw the cover, I went, ooh, what's that? It's shiny. Pretty. So I went and read it, and whatever I read made me pre-order it. So I'm excited about that one, even though I know nothing about it. The cover is gorgeous. Then coming in March, again, March 29th, 2022, I have pre-ordered Hannah Gadsby's memoir, 10 Steps to Nanette. Hannah Gadsby is a stand-up comedian. If you're not familiar, you should watch both of their stand-up comedian specials on Netflix, but the one that you should watch first and most is Nanette. It just blew me away, and actually prior to watching that, I had only ever watched a handful of stand-up comedy shows live or online. It was not a genre that I thought had anything for me. And then I watched Nanette, and it just blew me away. Yes, it is a comic, like it's a stand-up comic show, but it's more than that. And I absolutely adored it, or they sent me down a rabbit hole that I have yet to come out from. So I think that stand-up comedy is an amazing platform for sharing your philosophy with the world. Hannah Gadsby taught me that. So I am looking forward to reading their memoir. July 12th, 2022, I have Ruth Ware's The It Girl pre-ordered. I do not pre-order everything by Ruth Ware, but this one interests me. I don't know much about it, but my gut is telling me that I'm gonna love this one. Unless it turns out to be The IT Girl, in which case I'm not so sure, although I love the IT crowd, so we'll see. Then I have pre-ordered, coming out on May 3rd, 2022, I have pre-ordered Jennifer Grey's memoir, Out of the Corner. Jennifer Grey, of course, played Baby in Dirty Dancing, a formative movie from my childhood, which I am looking forward to reading. I've pre-ordered, coming out on January 18th, so very soon, Valerie Bertinelli's memoir, Enough Already, Learning to Love the Way I Am Today. I have been a big fan of Valerie Bertinelli and her journey, really ever since she starred in Hot in Cleveland, which I started watching only because of Betty White, but then fell in love with the whole cast. So I am excited to read that. I have pre-ordered Eve Chase's new book, which is coming out July 19th. It is called The Birdcage. Eve Chase wrote Black Rabbit Hall and The Wildling something. I'm not remembering right now what it's called, but she always writes books about families with secrets and big, dark, gothic houses, and there's always 2 or 3 timelines, and I enjoy her writing, and I have reread Black Rabbit Hall and gifted Black Rabbit Hall multiple times. The Wildlings, or the Wildling Sisters of Wildling Girls, I don't remember what it's called, was an okay first read. It might be better on a second read. I haven't gifted that one to anyone. I do have it. I have them both. I have them both in hardback. Eve Chase is just an author I think I want to own everything that they put out. So I've pre-ordered this. I have pre-ordered, coming out in March, yet again, March is going to be a big month. March 15th, The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. Truly enjoy Simone St. James's work. I really love the old, like historical fiction ghost stories that she writes. Some of those are so terribly creepy, but I also loved, what is it called? The Silent Girls? Is that what it's called? I'm terrible, but I loved that one. I read it a long time ago, years ago. And I liked the one about the hotel, but I didn't keep it. I purchased it, but I didn't keep it. I don't think I'd ever reread that. But something about, I really love Cold Cases, and something about this one just really stuck out to me. And so I decided to go ahead and pre-order it. This one I'm very excited about. This is Nita Prose's The Maid. I'm not sure when that's coming out, but it's coming out sometime in January. It is about a neurodiverse woman who is also a maid in a mystery. I think it's a closed room mystery. It feels a little bit like Clue in the way that it's presented. I'm all about mysteries right now, and I'm just really craving this book. So I cannot wait for it to come out. I was not going to pre-order this one, but then I saw Jean at Bookish Thoughts say that it is a sequel to The Family Upstairs, and so I hurriedly pre-ordered this just this week. So this one comes out in August, so it's not quite a 6-month thing, but I did pre-order this because I didn't want to forget about it. And that is The Family Remains, a novel by Lisa Jewell. I read The Family Upstairs and I really loved it. So then I read a couple of other books by Lisa Jewell and all of them fell short for me, all of them. But I love The Family Upstairs so much. And to know that there's going to be a sequel to that, I wanted to pre-order that, mostly because I did not want to forget to read it, because I have really turned off my Lisa Jewell radar. So I was excited to hear Jean say that was going to be available. And then, speaking of the man himself, I have obviously pre-ordered, coming out on June 21st, Riley Sager's The House Across the Lake. I love to hate Riley Sager. I love to hate Riley Sager. End of story. Like, his books annoy me so much, but his premise is always so amazing. I don't know. I've only kept 2 of his books. Oh, I might have kept the awful one that just came out, which wasn't that awful, by the way. I don't remember what it was called, but the 2 that I really like by him are Lock Every Door And the other one with the green cover, which I can't remember the name of right now. I'm telling you, I have one more week of work right now and one more week in graduate classes before I actually have 2 weeks off. And I cannot wait because my brain is mashed potato silly putty mush right now. And that's gross. And that's what my brain is. But that is what I have pre-ordered. Those are the books that I am looking forward to reading in the coming year. And what I really love about pre-ordering is that I often will forget that I pre-ordered something and it will just show up at my door and I'll be like, oh, it's like Christmas or birthday or gift to myself in the middle of, normalcy. So I'm very excited that I have pre-ordered those. I am thinking that those and Miss Marple's and some Shakespeare's and a handful of books for Read Harder are going to be most of the books that I bring into my house over the course of the year. There'll be others. But I think that preemptively purchasing the books that I know that I want is a smart move on my part for for the mental games I must play with myself in order to meet my own goals for my library. Again, I am not against purchasing books. I want us to purchase books. I want us to purchase a lot of books. I want us to get other people to purchase a lot of books because this is an industry that I do not want to see die. These are people who give their blood, sweat, and tears to create stories that enhance our lives. So I am all about wanting to buy the books. But also I am all about wanting to own only things that have a meaning for me. And that if all of them have meaning for me, that's fine. It's not like I'm going to say I can keep 50 that have meaning for me. No. If all of them have meaning, that's fine. But I want to be able to pull any book off my shelf and be like, yes, this is what this is about. This is why I own this. This is what it did to me in the year that I read it. And I love it. And I cannot currently say that about all of the books that I have on my shelves. So we're going to remedy that. 2022. That's the plan. That's the goal. Do you have any anticipated reads for 2022? And if so, are they all coming out in March like mine are? It's getting darker and darker in here. I want to keep this video short. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what books you think that you are going to pre-order. I cannot promise that I will not also pre-order them, but I'll think long and hard before I do. Happy holidays, and look to this channel at the end of the week because I am posting my birthday book haul on Friday. So Friday is my birthday and it's gonna be fun. So I will see you later. Bye.